Hello students, welcome to the next class of Heredity and Evolution. As you can see on the page, today we are going to talk about the next important topic, that is evolution. So before that, let us try to answer this. Can you recall what is the function of appendix of our digestive system? Now appendix is a small pouch-like structure which is hanging out of your large intestine. It has certain useful bacteria helping it for digestion, helping us to fight against disease causing germs. This appendix as such is a vestigial organ. It is of no use, but since it was there in our ancestor, it is present on us. So that shows we have evolved from a common ancestor. As you can see, second one, are your wisdom teeth really useful for chewing the food? The answer is no. The wisdom teeth is a tooth which appears when you cross at the age of 25 to 30, where you're supposed to get a wisdom, and that's why it is called a wisdom tooth. As such, it doesn't have any function in chewing or cutting of the food, but since it was there in our ancestors, it is found in us. Again proves we have evolved from a common ancestor. Third, why did the huge animal like dinosaur become extinct? The reason for this is there was a meteorite which fell onto the earth, which created the dust of cloud dust, and because of that all the plants started dying, and since there was no food available for these animals, slowly and steadily the dinosaurs become extinct, and because they were not able to adjust or adapt to the surrounding, and that was the reason for extinction of dinosaurs. Fourth question they are asking is, why are many species of animals and birds getting extinct? The only reason we know that, we human beings are responsible for that. As we keep on interfering the environment, we are creating air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, we are poaching and killing the animals. The number of those particular animals is going down. So the only reason we find the animals and birds going down is the human intervention into the environment. Let's come to the topic. Let's just try to define the evolution. What evolution is? It's a gradual change in the occurring in the living organisms over a long duration of time. This is a very slow ongoing process through which development of organism is achieved. So as you can see in the slide, we have evolved. The modern man today has evolved from a ancestor man. What has happened during this evolution? There were gradual changes happening in the body, but it took us long time, maybe 50,000 years it took. The process was very slow, and this process is still going on, and finally we got a developed modern man. So gradual changes happening long duration of time, slow process is called as evolution. Who was part of this evolution? Where the planets, the stars, the biosphere which we see on the earth today, all were the part of evolution. So we can consider the planets, the universe, the stars, the earth, everything which we see in our surrounding, all were the part of the evolution, including the biosphere found onto the earth. As we go ahead, we'll see what was happening in the evolution. So this slide indicates that what was the major part of evolution? Formation of new species. And what was the basis of formation of new species? The natural selection. Nature selected those organisms which were fit to survive. As you can see in the slide, you will see the birds with having different beaks. So size of the beak is different, the shape of the beak is different. This is all for the adaptation of this particular birds done by the natural selection, and that's why the new species came into the picture because of the evolution. How evolution started? The process was 3.5 billion years ago. There was no life onto the earth. So what happened? The beginning started with simple elements, chemicals present into the ocean, and those were nothing but organic and inorganic chemicals which were formed, and this formation of inorganic and organic chemicals is part of chemical evolution. That was the first step in the evolution process. So 3.5 billion years ago, when there was no life existing onto the earth, the chemical evolution and the formation of organic and inorganic chemicals or compounds were made, and that was the first step. Then those chemicals started reacting with each other, and as you can see in the slide, it resulted in formation of proteins and nucleic acid. We talked about DNA and RNA, carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acid, everything what is required for making a cell was made, and that was again the second part of organic evolution. And using this chemical, what happened next was a primitive type of cell was made, using those proteins, carbohydrates, nucleic acid. And this primitive type of cell was nothing but a prokaryotic cell we have discussed earlier, which were able to survive in those extreme environment. And that is how the first life in the form of a single cell came into the picture. Later on, this cell started multiplying or increasing in the number. Few of the cells were growing, few of the cells were not growing. Only those cells which showed good growth survived, and their number kept on increasing, and that is how those particular type of cell number increased, and that was the next step in the evolution, that is increase in the number of cell. And then those cells started diversifying. Some of the cells went for making a plant kingdom, some of the cells went for making an animal kingdom, and finally we got this crores of species of plants and animals with huge diversity regarding shape and complexity present onto the earth. So if you talk about here, there are 22 to 30 million different type of plants and animals possible because of this type of organic evolution. If you can believe this, the plant diversity which we talk about, it forms from a single unicellular cell. So we have a variety of single unicellular cell like chlorella, and we also have a huge banyan tree which is made up of multiple millions of cells. So life in form of single cell, life in form of multiple cell, life is in form of huge organism also. Now to assist this, there were different theories about origin and evolution of life, but the most accepted theory, which was theory of gradual development of living organism, was accepted, and this theory we follow till now and is supported by Darwin, and Darwin's theory we are going to discuss in details later on. Let's go into the history. Many philosophers and religious scholars have written their views about the formation of life. There seems to be through discussion over the formation of universe, whether it is Indian culture, Chinese culture, Roman or Greek culture, everywhere there was a deep interest shown by the scientists about how life originated onto the earth, how evolution came onto the earth, and everyone came down to a common point saying that we all are made up of Panchama Bhuta. What is this Panchama Bhuta means? We already hear from our parents also. My body is made up of 5 basic elements: fire, earth, that is soil, air, water and sky, and this all 5 are called Panchadhatu. And in Ayurveda that is Panchadhatu, but in case of our scientific term, we use the term that is called Panchama Dhatu. So Panchama Dhatu is a part of my body of all living organism, and that was a common part of evolution. Theory of evolution, let us talk about. So first protoplasm came into the ocean, and that is how this protoplasm finally converted into unicellular organism, which we know nothing but a prokaryotic cell like bacteria, which was found onto the ocean into the water. So first life appeared into the water. Then all those changes were slow and gradual, and how many years it took for this complex organism to come today, whatever we see the complex organism, 300 crores of years it took. Changes and development in living organism is still happening. There are different type of organism, and hence this overall process is called evolution, which is organizational. It is happening step by step, not haphazard. Everything happening in a proper step, in a sequential manner to get this complex life form. As you can see, it is progressive development of plants and animals. As we are progressing, we are getting more and more complex type of plants and animals. So it is progressive development. It is different structural and functional organization, and this all is together called as what? Evolution. So I hope this video about evolution makes your life easy to understand this difficult part. Go through the video 2-3 times. In case you have doubts, you are always welcome to ask. Till the time we meet for the next time, thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.